when you're planning for a drop, the first thing that you need to make sure you've got down and knuckle down is obviously going to be your content. What I would say, if I was just trying to say the generic thing, your content is very important, but the thing that's even more important is your branding. Because if your brand isn't solidified in a specific way, then people aren't going to be able to understand what your brand's about. And how are you going to make a stranger trust you without doing any illegal stuff? How do you think about it? It's not as simple as you think, but the fact is that when you're trying to do this, you need to actually have a clear brand identity. You need to know, obviously, your brand mission, your brand values, the things that your brand's aiming to achieve. The less marketing you do, the less views you get. The less views you get, the less eyeballs to your site you get. The less eyeballs to your site you get, the less sales you can actually convert. People that convert the most, it's not just because of the fact that their conversion rate is 80% on 1,000 viewers. It's like 5% on 10,000 people, which is way higher than getting 20% on 100. And if you're selling a product that's literally $60, 50 times 60 is 3k, and that's if it's 50 people. So if I say 500 times 60, that's 30k in revenue. It's not about how many followers you have on social media, but it's rather about the amounts of qualified views you've converted into actual lead that's more likely to buy from you. So now I'm actually going to go to the Miro board. You can implement this in your brand. Let's start off with understanding the aims. The name of the ICP. When we're working with people, detail is very key, because the less detailed you are, the less you're going to understand how to actually achieve what you're trying to achieve. It's easy to say, I want to achieve 10k, I want to achieve 5k in a month. You need to build systems in place so that you can actually transform all of the views you're getting into people that actually want to consume your product or become a client of you. When it comes to your drop time, don't just choose a time that you like. Choose a time that other brands use for, because there's reasons for why they use these times. People are typically on breaks from work around particular times. People are typically bored at particular times. People are normally sleeping at particular times. So do not pick the last one. You need to actually choose a drop time that resonates with your ICP. To make it even easier, you find a brand that's doing well in your niche. You don't copy their drop time just because it's their drop time. Look at why they've dropped at that time. When it comes to having a successful drop, it's way more than just having better followers. When you're planning for a drop, build a SMS list and build an email list. To build an email list, create value for people and create a reason for them to want to. Why would somebody want to actually give you their email address if there's no reason for them to give it? Why would someone to give you the SMS number, the actual phone number, if there's no reason for them to give it? You want people to trust you to a level that they give you their real number, their real email address. As long as you're providing value to people, and people will want to provide you the SMS and email. Whenever you work with anyone, every single drop, you need to have an amount that you're trying to make. Even if you're saying that you're not focusing on money, you need money to be able to scale your brand to impact more people. When you're choosing aesthetic, it's one that resonates with your ICP, not just some random one. If you choose a random aesthetic, then you can also expect random sales. No consistency, not much sales, and not much impact. I'm going to scroll down a little bit because there's a specific one. What we did is that we took inspiration from this content piece here.
Everybody always asks me, Ashley, how do you change a tire? And my response to them is, I don't know. My name's not even Ashley.
Everybody is always like, Anna, how do you know how to change a tire? And truthfully, I don't. My name is not even
Okay,
Anna.
why is it stopping there?
I'm Asian. I'm literally just here to try to tell people how Jesus Christ is the way to life.
The only part that I would say is missing, because she actually decided to do this herself and we didn't edit anything for her, is that there's no reference to the hat
like, Anna,
at all.
how do you know
If you listen
how to
again.
change a tire? And truthfully, I don't. My name is not even Anna. I'm Asian. I'm literally just here to try to tell people how Jesus Christ is the way to life.
So the message obviously is a beautiful message, but like if it said, I'm here to share the message of Christ, because he is the way, the truth, and the life, just like our hat says. And if she walked out with the frame,
Like,
that would have been so much more effective, because of the fact that it's highlighting in the video, rather than just the description, which it shows over here, that the hat, the Lamhere's hat, is launching soon, because it's very easy for people to watch a video and scroll. But when you watch on TikTok, you watch and then you just scroll. You just watch and then scroll. Not everyone actually reads the caption. That's why it's so important to not just think that because it's in a caption they're going to view it. You need to also sometimes add the call, not only sometimes, most of the times, add the calls to action in the actual video, because people watch the video, they like watching the videos, they like scrolling through videos. So just because they watch it all the way through doesn't mean they're going to actually read your comments. So that's why it's very important to actually create content that hooks people over, but then it has a call to action in the video so that they sign up to your mailing list or SMS list, so that you can actually funnel viewers that are just viewing for the sake of doom scrolling, and viewers that are viewing that could potentially be a consumer or a client of yours. It will take time, you will have to practice, but the more you do practice, the better you are going to become. And like it says in somewhere, I don't know where it says, all good things take time. Most things that you get quickly and easy isn't worth having. That's why when it comes to new content, don't think it's a shortcut. You can post whatever you want, you go viral. Virality shouldn't be your aim. You should be posting content that actually resonates with people, so they want to become one of your consumers or one of your clients. Hopefully that makes sense. If you guys like the video, to just like it obviously. If you didn't understand the video, just tell me in the comments and I'll make a better one to explain stuff a bit more in depth. The main takeaways is, whenever you're planning for a job, make sure you have a clear goal. You have clear procedures that you're going to use to achieve the goal. You are collecting leads through email marketing or SMS, or both if you can, which is even more effective. And make sure that your content has a call to action so they want to go to your site. You need to have a you need to have an incentive for people to want to actually become one of your consumers or one of your clients. You can't just say, because my product is this, that you're going to get sales. That's not how it works. And once you funnel that in, then you actually understand that success isn't just luck. It's actually preparing and doing things and using the gifts that Christ has blessed you with to actually make an impact. Because if your product doesn't impact people, then the amount that you also will make will be a lot less. Because the greater amount of people that you can impact, the greater amount of revenue you can actually generate, and the more people you can actually impact in the future, because you can scale your brand to impact a larger range of people, rather than just having no impact. Rather than having not much of an impact, because impact is what drives profit, in the sense of small impact means small profit, big impact means big profit. So remember this, and if you feel like this is something that you need help with, just you know where to find me. Josiah Mafo on Instagram, X, I think that's what it's called, TikTok, YouTube, like you're on every platform. Josiah Mafo, JOSIAHMAFO. But it's going to be in the description if you want to work with us, KG365 Consulting. Because we want you to understand that we're always about helping people grow and expand their businesses, but obviously we're always going to make sure that we are centered and founded on biblical principles and not compromising on our qualities or values ever.